story that reads like a Hollywood script. A successful CIA agent falls in love with a fellow spy, and then the couple raise their very own spy kids.
I mean, it's the movie Spy Kids and the sequel to Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Spy Kids. And a former CIA agent, Christina Hillsberg, joins us now in Seattle. Christina, great to have your company. So why did you decide to bring your kids up as spies?
Hi, good morning. Thanks for having me. You know, my husband was using some of these CIA principles when I first met him. He had 3 kids from a previous marriage, and I noticed that he was using some of the techniques that he and I had both been trained in at the CIA. And I saw that the kids he was raising were well-rounded and security conscious. And after we added 2 more kids to the family, so we now have 5, I realized that I needed a way to parent from a place of strength instead of a place of fear. And using these CIA skills that we've adapted in simple and straightforward ways have allowed me to do that. And we're really setting our kids up to be successful in life.
Okay, so we're all sitting here wondering, what are these skills?
We want good, well-rounded kids.
Yes.
Sure. So we talk about a variety of skills in the book, from the more physical skills that you would probably think of when you think of James Bond, like how to spot and avoid danger, preparing for emergency scenarios. But we also talk about the skills that you may not first think of when you're thinking of those Hollywood versions of espionage. We talk about things like communication, persuasion, technology. We also talk about how important it is for our kids to know how to write and communicate, because one of a spy's most prized traits is the ability to write well.
Also to make a martini. So when your kids are growing up, do you do like a background check on all their friends and partners? I mean, can they get anything past you guys?
You know, it's funny. People often ask us, well, you were spies, so you must spy on your kids. But you may be surprised to hear that we actually advocate for more autonomy for our kids and less surveillance, because it's all about building a relationship of trust with them and setting them up to be self-sufficient when they're out in the world. And so it's all about that balance. So we would advocate against spying on our kids and their friends.
You'd still have friends in the CIA be like, hey, Johnny, can you just run these plates for me? Little Billy's gone out with his mates. You can do that, right?
Or any new boyfriends or girlfriends. Do a family check.
They know no one can read their poker face better than their parents. So they definitely know we can read them well. So there's no funny business going on in our home.
You said like less surveillance, but some of this stuff's quite dangerous. I mean, your 4-year-old son is learning to shoot a bow and ride a motorbike.
Yeah, you know, I thought the same thing when I first met Ryan. I was very skeptical, and I said, you know, shouldn't we just be letting kids be kids? Like, some of this stuff seems really serious for young kids. But what I learned was that none of these skills are learned in a vacuum, and they're built up over time. And when you look at it that way, you realize that it's actually more empowering and less intimidating. And of course, we're doing all these things in a safe way, and we're emphasizing adventure and fun along the way. And the bow and arrow, you know, it's not because CIA officers use archery on their clandestine meetings, although that would certainly make it interesting. But that's just one of the many skills that we give our kids to make them well-rounded and giving them topics to discuss. You know, one of the reasons why James Bond is so successful is being that suave communicator and being able to build that rapport with another person to create that relationship of trust. And so when we give our kids a variety of skills, we're setting them up to be well-rounded so that they can connect with people in a lot of different ways.
I think it's really smart. So this is all part of your book, which is called License to Parent, which is out now. But it's also going to be turned into a TV show. So is this going to be a reality show, or are you going to have, like, actors in this?
No, it is a scripted show. So we've sold the rights to Imagine Entertainment, which is Ron Howard and Brian Grazer's production company. And yes, it's for a scripted TV series, so not a reality show.
Well, congratulations. And look, thanks for the advice here. I'm going to get my kids doing a lot more. Guys, get the bow and arrows out.
Gotta go buy a bow and arrow.
Yeah, gotta go buy a bow and arrow. Christina, good to see you, mate.
Thanks, Christina.
You too. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, Christina's book, License to Parent, is out right now. Go get it.
Do you think she did a background check on us?
Probably.
Before she came on?
Well, she obviously found nothing. She was happy to come on the show, be associated with us.
Still ahead on Today Extra.